With more on this, let's bring in former Deputy Commander of U.S. Central Command, retired Vice Admiral Robert Harward. He also served as Director of the National Security Council under President George W. Bush. Vice Admiral, good to have you on. Now, President Trump appears to be sending mixed messages here about talks to end the war with Iran. You've said previously both sides believe that time is on their side. How so?
Exactly right, Andrew. And he was very clear in this message. The Iranians believe if they can hold out, drag on negotiations like they've done their entire existence, that the president will feel political pressure at home and bend to the will of the American people who want cheaper oil prices. The president, as he so astutely just announced, that isn't what's important to him. What's important to him is enduring security and stability in the region. So he's going to take the time and use that leverage to wait out the Iranians. And the Iranians, especially the Iranian people, are suffering miserably. They got water problems. They got energy problems. This government in Iran has failed them, and now it's driving them to his knees, which really affects the dynamics inside Iran. And I believe that's what the president's betting on.
What would your advice be to the president right now?
Be patient. Do exactly what you do. Whatever you do to reach your two accomplishments, to not have Iran ensure they never have a nuclear weapon, to ensure Iran never has the Straits of Hormuz, do not let the foot off the throttle of your economic pressures on them. Okay, they let the oil flow. They can sell their oil, but never release their frozen assets and never compensate them for anything they've done in these negotiations. So he's staying on message. I think that's going to drive results.
President Trump said the U.S. will watch over the Strait of Hormuz, but that nobody's going to control it. Do you see Iran forfeiting control of the Strait?
Eventually, they're going to have to, undoubtedly. So he's on the right track. It's just going to be time. And don't forget, if he needs to use force, he still has that available to him. And so I think his strategy is sound. And at the end of the day, everyone, particularly all the Arab nations in the Gulf, are going to insist on those conditions. So yes, it's inevitable.
Meanwhile, the IDF is ramping up strikes in Lebanon, expanding ground operations and advising more residents to evacuate. How does that complicate efforts to reach a peace deal with Iran?
I don't think it complicates it. It adds to the equation. They're feeling pressure not only at home, but against their surrogates as well. And don't forget, the Israelis can shift gears like they did previously. They can deal with Hezbollah and at the same time strike targets of the IRGC. So we've seen them do both. But that's just additional pressure, not just on the government of Iran, the people of Iran, and more importantly, their surrogates.
So President Trump doubled down on his calls for countries involved to join the Abraham Accords, saying that some countries owe it to the U.S. and should normalize ties with Israel as the negotiations with Tehran continue. Is that even likely?
I believe it's inevitable as well. Look, if the president can articulate an end state that provides security and stability to the Gulf nations, then they do have an obligation to sign on the Abraham Accords. But they're going to want those guarantees that Iran will not be a threat to them in the future. So those are all tied together very closely.
Retired Vice Admiral Robert Harward, thank you so much.
Thank you.